There's no lie, Pete. Tell me if I'm lying. Me and Shab would be in the gym 5 a.m. almost every morning. And we would literally just have races just to try to beat you there. So when he's talking about this hard work and dedication or even consistency about his work ethic, it's no lie because I promise you, there's only 4 players that I know that was putting equal as much time or more time. It was either you or Cam or Rob. Really.
Yeah, dude, that was fun. Like, I remember, trying to beat you guys to the gym, and then I get in, and the lights are off. I'm like, oh, I beat them. I walk in, these boys are putting up shots in the dark, man. I'm like, oh, man. I guess I'll get an early lift in, and I'll come shoot later.
Yeah.
Welcome to Q's Health and Wellness Podcast, your source for living a healthier lifestyle and developing a better mind, body, and soul. Through guidance, tips, and stories of highly successful fitness gurus, athletes, and individuals who are passionate about enhancing all aspects of life, we provide you with the tools to help you take your lifestyle to another level. And now your host, Quinn Mitchell.
Welcome to Q's Health and Wellness Podcast. This is your host, Quinn Mitchell. Today I have a very special guest. Pietro is my former teammate from CMCC, and he also went on to get a D2 NAI scholarship. How are you doing today?
Good, man. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, no problem. So for people not familiar with you, would you mind giving a brief introduction about yourself?
Yeah. So, my name is Pietro, as Quinn said, from Australia. We were teammates at CM. I was the first Australian to go to CM, and Quinn came my sophomore year. I was at CM 2 years, and then I moved on to D2 NAIA. Got lucky with the scholarship and all that. Finished out my college career there. We won a conference championship senior year, so it was a good way to finish. Made it to national tournament.
Congrats.
Yeah, it was nice. Yeah, thanks, bro. And then we actually went in as like the 8th seed, and we played the number 2 team in the nation first round. We upset them first round, so it's kind of like Cinderella story.
Oh yeah.
It's pretty sick. And then we ended up falling next game, but it was just a great senior year. And I graduated last year, and then I had to come home. Obviously, student visa runs out. Got to come back, and it's pretty much where I'm at now. So
yes, sir. So just talking basketball terms, when did you fall in love with the game?
Yeah. So I first started playing when I was how it works over here is like we have like a summer and a winter sport. Same thing over there. But at school when I was playing rugby, and that was really my main sport in the winter, and then you don't play rugby in the summer, so I'm just like, I need to pick up a sport to stay fit. So I was like, just pick up basketball, I guess. So I was doing rugby and basketball for like 4 years, both of them. And then it got to like when I was like 14, I was like, you know what, man, like I got to pick one sport because if I want to take something serious. And like honestly, the reason I chose basketball was I don't know if you guys know, but like rugby, there's 15 people on a team, 15 on the field, and basketball is 5 on the court. And I was like, man, you touch the ball more in basketball, so I'm going to play basketball.
Definitely.
So I started playing basketball all year round, winter and summer, when I was 14. And then I probably fell in love, about then. But started taking it way more serious when I was like 16, 17, I think.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. So were there any obstacles that you had when you came over to America? So matter of fact, can we just talk about that journey, how you went to CM, how that process even got started?
For sure, yeah. It's definitely like a different one to being American. So I graduated in 2012, and I was like, man, university in Australia is not really for me right now. So just took like a gap year, traveled a bit. I first traveled to America 2013 just to travel, and that's kind of when I kind of fell in love with the country and caught this thing called the travel bug, which is where you just want to you just want to get out and experience the world, man. So I came back home, and I was like, all right, like one way I can travel is through basketball. But where I was staying, this is like a small town in Australia. I was like, I got to move to like a bigger town. So I moved by myself when I was 19 to this place called Melbourne. And that's kind of like the basketball hub of Australia. Started playing there and just really focusing. And then I signed up to like an agency. And what this agency does is they send, like you give them all your film and details. And then what they do is they have the connection straight to coaches in America. And they send all your film. And then the best thing about that is when the coach is interested, they reply, but they bypass the agent and they reply straight to you. Oh, wow. So no lie. I signed up to this agency one night. I wake up the next morning, bro. I've got like 5 emails from different coaches all over America. I'm like, man, this thing's real. Like, this is unreal. So anyway, so I had those emails, and one thing led to another. I just kind of shortlisted them all and chose what I think would be the best fit for me. And CM was the best fit at the time being. And came over to CM, and that's pretty much how I got there.
Got you. So were there any like major obstacles when you came over that you had to adapt to really?
Yeah. So, I mean, I had been to America a couple of times before then, as said, so I didn't really have to adapt to the lifestyle as much. But I would say the biggest obstacle for me is yourself. And I think for a lot of people, like, the biggest obstacle is yourself. Like, some people say time, some people say effort, all that. But, you know, I found time management pretty easy. I found effort pretty easy. Like, I just found myself as the biggest obstacle. Like, you're over there, you're by yourself. Like, obviously you've got the family as in your basketball team, but in the end, you know, you're going back to your room. Like, you're by yourself. There's no family there. There's no nothing, you know. So it's like the alarm goes off at 5 a.m. You're like, are you going to get up or are you going to snooze it and, you know, go to breakfast and miss the workout in the morning? And then it's like, are you going to get that extra weight session in, or do you not feel up to it and you just want to wait until team practice at night? So like my biggest obstacle was myself. And then, you know, like self-drive as well, like in terms of not just basketball, but in the classroom as well. You know, you got to get to class every day. You got to do your homework. So my biggest obstacle was definitely just myself. And I think a lot of people, if they really look into it, it would be them as well, you know?
Yes, sir. Now I want to jump on that, but just a side story for everybody to know. Pietro, like, he's the only guy that I knew, because no lie, P, tell me if I'm lying. Me and Shaq would be in the gym 5 a.m. almost every morning. And like, we would literally just have races just to try to beat you there. So when he's talking about this hard work and dedication or even consistency about his work ethic, it's no lie, because I promise you, there's only 4 players that I know that was putting either equal as much time or more time. And it was either you or Cam or Rob. Really.
Yeah, dude, that was fun. Like, I remember, trying to beat you guys to the gym, and then I get in and the lights are off. I'm like, oh, I beat them. I walk in, no, these boys are putting up shots in the dark, man. I'm like, oh, man. I guess I'll get an early lift in and I'll come shoot later.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So how were you able to really maintain like the social life and like putting in your work in the gym? Because I know a lot of times, P, I really didn't see you out that much. You were like me, kind of. You wasn't really at any like social events. So how were you able to really to manage that?
Yeah, for sure. So my whole mindset was like I was looking onto the next thing. You know, like I've made it to college. That's one big step. But, you know, my bigger goal was to earn a scholarship and move on and, you know, in the end, play 4 years and also get a bachelor's. So that was always my mindset. So, like, I found out working in the morning, as we just mentioned, was like a great way to time manage as well, because nothing's going on in the morning. Your earliest class is at 8 or 9. So you've got a couple of hours in the morning to work out, and then you go to class. And then I kind of just followed a schedule. Like, my class would finish, you know, you've got practice at 6. I mean, there's all that time in between. You can get another workout in, and then you go to practice. And then, like you said, like, I wasn't really one to go out much afterwards. And I don't really know what it was. Like, I'd rather just like hang around campus and just hang around, you know, like come to your room and play 2K or something like that, rather than go out to a party or go out for a social event, and then get home at 2, and then I'm trying to get up at 5 again. You're not getting the best workout in. So I don't really have an answer. Like, the thing was just that's just how my mind is like kind of triggered, I reckon. And that's just how I would be, really.
Now speaking on the mindset part, because I know a lot of athletes, they have struggles, even coming from another country, let's say. I mean, I can only imagine the pain or even sometimes the mental struggle that you had to go through is trying to just play games when you had other things going on back home. So how were you able to really separate that, just like on the court mentality versus things that are going on in your personal life?
Yeah, great question. So like my whole thing was, like, there's always a lot of things going on personal life in terms of, you know, relationships, family, friendships, everything. And my whole thing was, when you step inside that court or you step into that weight room, like, just cancel it out, man. And you're there for one goal, and you need to be 100% committed to that workout, to that lift, to that game. Otherwise, you're not going to get the best out of yourself, you know? And then also, like, back to what I was saying, like, you're always thinking about the end goal as well. And that's kind of what's driving, like, the mental challenges. But, you know, like, not to say I had my down times as well, man. Like, the year you came, my sophomore year, you know, I got injured, and, you know, I was out for a month, you know, and that's some rough times there as well. But you just got to keep looking at the end goal. You kind of look at the positives of it. Like, I injured my ankle pretty bad, but the positive of it is, like, my ankles are the strongest they've been now, because of the rehab I had to do, and, like, now the prehab I keep doing for it. So.
Got you. Now let's talk about Coach G, because I know he was a character. He was a character for sure, and I think a lot of people don't really misunderstood him when he was so hard on us at times. Only because I feel like he was setting us up for things ahead in life. So for me, instance, to be honest with you, P, me and him didn't really have cause I was hurt. I was hurt basically the whole year.
Yeah, it
so
was
me
tough.
and him.
Was it Hemi? Was it your Hemi? Was it?
Yeah, it was my calf. Remember I tore it in the
Your calf. Yeah.
I tore it in that game. So basically, like me and him wasn't always on good pages, but to me, it was like some of the things that he would say and do. It really just pushed me. So when I got out of CM and I got a scholarship to go to UMA, it really set me up to like I always will hear him in the back of my mind saying if somebody else is working or if you're getting 100 shots up, I know somebody else is getting 200 shots up. You know what I'm saying? So him saying those little things always pushed me to the next level. So is there something that you would say that he taught you while being at CM?
Yeah, man. The relationship I have with Coach, man, he's like my American father. It's funny you mentioned him. Like I still talk to him. Like I just had a 40-minute call with him the other day. And I've been out of CM 3-4 years now.
Yeah.
But yeah, like he used to say some things, man, that just gets you going. Like he had that shooting sheet up one time as well, and he's like, everyone wants to get your shots in, run up your shots. So you walk in, you look around, you're like, man, all these guys got shots up. Like, what have I done today? It's like, damn, I need to get some shots up, So, yeah, he was definitely, he wasn't just a coach, man. He's a life mentor, man. He's out there setting you up to play well, but he's also setting you up subconsciously, man, in the back of your mind to be a better man. And like you said, like you went on to UMA and you've still got Coach Gagne's voice in the back of your head telling you things, So, like he sets you up to be, man, like I'm where I am today, like a lot because of him. So, yeah.
No, definitely. Now, is there any advice that you would give to a kid that's wanting to go to the next level that basically a coach wouldn't tell them?
Yeah, some advice, man. Like my main advice is just work hard, because that's something anyone can do. You can be at any skill, any level. You could be, anything. And if you work hard, if you outwork people, like you're always going to be above people. I wasn't the most athletic, bro. I wasn't the fastest. But you can beat them with work, man. You can lift a couple more days more than them and get stronger than them. You can just run up and down the court faster. You can do anything and you outwork them. So my main advice really is just to outwork, but second, and to lead on to that is take a chance, man. Take a chance on yourself. Like I said, I moved from my hometown when I was 19 to go live by myself and in a different city, bright-eyed, and I just wanted to take a chance with basketball, and that's what you got to do. You can't follow the social norms of just finishing school, like go to some different college, get a degree, married, life, kids. Like obviously that's a great life, but I would say take a chance, man. Take a chance on yourself and like just believe in yourself at all times, man. And
no, definitely. And it's crazy because when I think about it, P, some of the things you used to do in the court, bro, it's like a lot of people don't really realize like the little things you did would literally just tire you out. Like I literally remember I was being in practice, and I'm sure you remember this too, because I was bad when you did it. We came down, I guess we were doing like some type of drill, whatever, playing 4-on-4, and bro, you hit me, hit his screen, but when you screamed me, you hit me right in my chest. So it took my breath out, and I was like, "Come on, P, you know what you're doing, bro." But it's just little things like that, and it really separates the boys from the men.
That's it, man. Yeah, just go work harder, and yeah, that's it.
But I also wanted to ask you as well. So when it comes to having like a killer mentality, let's say, is that do you think that's something that's developed over time, or do you think it's something that people was born with? Because I know it's something you had. I know it's something you had when you got in that space. Like you would have somebody would have to push you into that space so you'd be like, all right, I'm like done playing games. Like you feel what I'm saying? So talking about that zone, like, do you think it's something that people are born with, or it's just something that somebody can develop?
Yeah, I think a bit of both, man. I think you're kind of born with it, but also, yeah, you got to develop it. But like you said, like you kind of got to get triggered into it as well. Like me. Like, man, I'm a pretty laid back guy. I'm a pretty nice guy, like off the court. Like I'm not starting fights. I'm not doing none of that. I'm just joking around, being sarcastic, But when I'll get on the court and I'll play, and then like, yeah, if someone scores on me a couple times or I get set like a big screen or someone's boxed me out, it's like, all right, like that ain't happening again. Like I'm not going to let that happen again. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like developed over time for sure. And then the thing is, once you see it like be successful, that mentality, you see it be successful, you want to do it more and you want to get into that mentality more. So you work harder and then you keep doing things so you can get that mentality until it's, 40 minutes of the game.
Yes, sir. And then one more question I want to ask you before I let you go is because when I met you, when I well, you always been like a mentor to me. Even you adopted me in when I transferred in. You basically was like a big brother to me. So what basically makes a great leader?
Yeah, what makes a great leader? Good question as well. Dude, I don't like. It's a tough one. But like the way I lead, I like to lead by example more than lead through anything. So, like you transfer in, I take you in. I'm like, I think this is what I would have told you. Like I would have been like, all right, man, like nice transfer in. Like here's your room. Like I'm working out tomorrow 6 a.m. Like come through. You know what I mean? Like I'm leading by example. Like, and then I keep hitting you up. And then I remember you started hitting me up like, hey bro, you want to come work out? It's like, all right, like see, he's starting to learn, lead by example. And then, like I got captain that sophomore year, like purely just from example, I think like but not just on the court, not just in the way, but in the classroom as well. Doing the right thing, not getting in trouble, doing like just showing up, doing your assignments, doing all that. So I would just say like lead by example for sure.
But being at CMP, being captain was probably one of the hardest things that you probably had to go through because of all the talent we had and how many guys we had on our squad. So how were you able to do that as a captain, have everybody on the same page at one time?
Yeah, I would say it's like trying to build relationships with everyone, man, individually. We had Coach Gagne, man, he loves that 20-man squad, So it's like, so you're trying to connect on everyone individually, man. So like, just anything you can do to connect. So like, whether it's connecting through a workout, connecting through a weight room, connecting in the classroom with a certain class, like just having a conversation with everyone individually. So then you've got that little personal connection, and you got like that little personal joke, and then like that gains their trust, like as it should, and then you kind of just relate to everyone. So when you're on the court, you know what to say, because when you're leading on the court, people react differently to different things, to different feedback. Like sometimes you have to be direct with someone. Sometimes it's like, hey man, like I was open, like good shot, but I was open, just look at that next time. And they're like, yeah, okay, yeah, I got you, So like if you build those relationships first and build it down, plant that seed, and then it's going to grow. Like that's the way I looked at it as being a captain with the 20-man squad for sure.
Yes, sir. Now, one last question I want to ask you for sure. I know you mentioned it earlier that you were injured during your sophomore year. I don't think people really understand, like, P was really injured during his sophomore year, but still got a full ride D2 scholarship to NEI. So I want you to talk about just that process and how you were able to just come back from injury, because I believe when you played in that final game, I believe it was versus SM, you were injured the whole game, bro. You were literally limping up and down the floor. So how were you able just to get in that in that mental state where, I mean, I know you've mentioned before you always thinking about the next road, like the next chapter.
Yeah.
But a lot of people, it's not that easy for them. So if somebody was going through that, let's say next year when it's their time, is there some advice that you could give them?
Yeah. So like a little bit of the story. Yeah, did my ankle real bad. And like, there's two ways you can go when you get injured. It's like, you can like kind of sulk, go down that way, like sulk and be like, man, I'm injured, like my season's done, like that's it, sophomore year, like I'm not going to get anything. Or like, you can look at it this way and look at it in a positive and be like, all right, I'm injured, like this is the time to give like a little bit other parts of my body a rest, but the injury part, like you're going to attack, and you're going to attack the rehab, and it's going to make you even stronger than what you were before. So that's like the two paths you got to go. And then your mindset just comes down to like, which path do you want to go? And every day you got to wake up and you got to make a decision every day on what mindset you want to be. And, hopefully not 10 times out of 10, you're going down that way and you want to rehab it. Because yeah, man, I was rehabbing that thing, and we got to that last game, and like, I think I was playing 60%, man. And that was just crazy.
Bro, trust me, I remember, bro, because it was to a point like we were on the bench and we were like, Coach P's hurt. And he was like, no, we need him in the game. He was like, no, you don't understand. Like, the man is literally limping up and down the floor. Like, he's wincing, like, in pain. Like, you guys don't get it. He's like, no, we need him. But I give it to you, bro, because you thugged it out. Me personally, if it was my ankle, I don't know, because of the style of game I play, but you adapted to it, and then you played off instinct. But I do commend you for that, though.
Yeah, thanks, bro. Yeah, style of play is definitely a big thing. I'm a bit more slow, a bit more like bumping underneath, where you're like fast and agile. So you need an ankle a bit more than me,
Yes, sir. Now, besides basketball, what do you find yourself doing nowadays?
Yeah, so but I mean, like right now, crazy times with what's going on. But I was actually still playing ball back here. and it was actually going to be, I was getting paid this year to play. This was actually going to be the first year I got paid to play back at home. Which would have been nice. But we had our last practice on like a Thursday, and then the lockdown happened on Saturday and our season got suspended. So I was doing that. Other than that, I'm just working, just earning a bit of money and I'm going to go travel the world and like explore life a little bit. That's my plans. But it's a long way away, but that's pretty much it right now. Like I tried basketball, man. Like I went to St. Francis, as I said, graduated, and I sent out at least like 60 emails to overseas, all over Canada, New Zealand, England, Europe, all over. But I mean, as you know, man, like basketball is like there's 10 people on the court per team, and there's so many D1 schools, so they're all looking for D1 athletes, and then I'm D2, and like not outstanding stats or anything. So it was tough, but it's like the adjustment I've had to make. So that's pretty much what I'm doing right now, and still definitely in the gym, which I'm doing the most. So.
Yes, sir, definitely. Now, do you take into consideration like your personal schedule? Do you still say how you used to work out in the morning? Do you still implement those things into your personal schedule nowadays to keep everything in order?
Yeah, bro, 100%. That's the way I live life now. It's like I wake up and I've got what time I'm going to lift, and then what time I'm going to work, what time I'm going to work out again after that. It's still the same thing, just to a bit of a lesser scale now. But definitely the same thing. Like it doesn't come out of my mind, man. Like I'm sure same for you. It doesn't come out of your mind. Like you grind and work and same thing, I'm sure.
Yes, sir. Now in closing, if anybody has any questions for you, want to get in contact with you, would you mind giving them your contact information?
Yeah, that's fine. Like in terms of like email or
email or Instagram or however way you want them to contact you.
Yeah, bro. Like add me on Instagram. That's fine. I'll add you right back. Come into the DMs. P Badalassi 20. Pretty sure that's my Instagram. Yeah,
I'll include it in the description as well.
Yeah, put it in the description. I remember it.
But I appreciate you, bro. Honestly, just catching up, giving us some free game to these free hoopers. Because it's a lot of times people look for advice and they don't like. A lot of times, if you're not connected with people, you don't get that real advice when it comes to how to handle certain situations. But I do appreciate you coming on the show and giving that free game.
Yeah, bro. Nah, man. Appreciate you asking me. And, bro, I haven't talked to you since you got scholarship to UMA, bro. But congrats. And I saw you do some things out there, a bit like shooting record and all that. I saw you do that, man. I'll be watching.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. We'll be in contact soon.
100%, man. Good to see you.
Thanks for joining us on this episode of Q's Health and Wellness Podcast. Don't forget to subscribe or to leave us a review on iTunes or the listening platform of your choice. Also, please check us out at QuinnMitchellII.com, as well as find us on Instagram for more useful content and resources.